Good morning, everyone. Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Sean B. Perkins. While court is in session, please keep your backgrounds quiet and clear. Sit back, wait for your names to be called. Also, if you're in the vehicle, there's no driving while court is in session. Please remain properly dressed at all times. There will be no laying down, eating, drinking, smoking, or gum chewing of any kind while court is in session. Thank you. Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, officer. Good morning,
Your Honor.
Let's start out with this is the city of Detroit versus Kenosha Layfield, case number SQ2180811. Mrs. Layfield, I do recognize that this is an older case. It is the offering filed today is to plead to a failure to display and dismiss, just plead to a failure to display. It'll be a $240 fine. That would be a misdemeanor, and it would be abstractable to the Secretary of State. However, it would not give you any points on your license. I do have Mr. Paul Faulkner on line to that you can speak with regarding this matter. Maybe he can he can talk and you can work out some sort of see if he can work out some sort of better resolution for you. Want me to put you in a breakout room now with Mr. Faulkner?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Layfield?
Yes.
You want to go in a breakout room with Mr. Faulkner?
Yes.
Mr. Faulkner, your breakout room is always going to be number 2. I shouldn't have to prompt you more.
Okay, were there anything unusual you said about this case?
This case goes back to 2000, and the offense date was December 5th, 2014, and the entry date was 1/7/2015.
This is a city case?
This is a city case.
Are we gonna have the city come in today, do you know, or?
Yeah, he should be in shortly.
Okay, because I'd like to talk to him, but I can talk to Mr. Phil right now.
Would you like to make a motion, Counselor?
Yes, sir. Motion to dismiss for age of ticket and judicial economy.
Okay, the motion is going to be granted. This is a 2014 case. Mrs. Layfield, your case is going to be dismissed, and I'm going to waive warrant fee. However, you are going to be responsible.
Yeah, I believe she's in a breakout room.
Oh, is she? Well, we put it on the record anyway. Go in there and get her partner.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
Very well. How about yourself? Is this Mr. Griffin?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I have Mr. Gary Griffin. Is that Dwight Griffin?
Yes, sir.
I have Mr. Andre Lawrence. And I have, who's on the 1+ note? 1+ N200 TMO. Oh, you don't have your what you call it?
Morning, no kind of musty. Do we? Not like that, but you know, moldy.
No, those are. All right, so we're waiting. There was a motion to dismiss Mr. Faulkner's gone and got Mrs. Layfield out the breakout room. Her case goes back to December 5th, 2014. He made a motion to dismiss due to the age of the case and judicial economy. If you don't have any
What was the charge?
This driver's while license suspended or no ops or something like
Do she
that.
have a driver's license now, 7 years later?
I doubt it. There was a,
Your Honor, because, you know, we're on the record, right?
we're on the record now.
Dante Goss, may please report Dante Goss, we have City of Detroit, P60162. Your Honor, for those type of cases, this is 7 years. It haven't been exactly 7 years yet. It's 6 years and some months to just dismiss the case just because of that. However, I can take a minute and take a look at this file.
If I may, the case actually started in 15. The incident happened, I should say.
The incident happened, the allegation was made on December 5th, 2014. And it was entered into the system on January 7th, 2015. Good morning, Ms. Wolf.
Good morning, Judge.
How can I help you this morning, Ms. Wolf? Oh, Mrs. Stacy. Oh. Let me ask you this, before you say that, is Officer Barry Howard?
No, it's Barry Hayward.
Hayward still on
I
the
also
force?
put it on record.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, my concern is when people just let these things fester for years and expect just to try to wait the clock out on these type of matters is it's not fair for the citizens of the city of Detroit to continue to allow people just to wait the clock out until 7 years come by or close to 7 years. In this matter, it's 6 years and some months, so it's not even 7 years. The officer is also Barry Hayward, who is still a member of the Detroit Police Department. So my objection to that stands on that it's not even 7 years. So.
You have a response?
7 years, Your Honor.
You have a response to that, Counselor?
Yeah, I think the date of the incident is when the time should start. Because that's when she actually was charged with. Would that be 1940 or 2014?
Counselor, he is correct that it hasn't run 7 years exactly yet. It would be 7 years come December 5th. She's still got a few more months to meet that time. It's still got a few more months before the 7 year clock, and the administrative order would have run on that.
Well, I submit, that for the interest of, judicial economy, I mean, the case is old enough, it's not gonna go, Your Honor. I'd be shocked many years I've done this, when they get this old, basically a waste of court's time and officers' time to come in.
Honor, may I get Mr. Faulkner's appearance on the record?
Paul Faulkner, P 22994, representing the or defendant.
Yeah, the citizens of the city of Detroit does not have a time limit on with laws that have been broken in our city. And it's not, we don't know what the officer would say if you remember or not. So that's why there are trials for those type of matters. Some people have eidetic memories. They can remember every person they've seen before, or seen the person on the screen. You might have taken the picture. We don't know. And I think it does not do a benefit to the citizens of the city of Detroit if we just dismiss cases and say, here's just a person that's failed to take care of the matters and not be that.
All right. I've heard both sides. And, you know, Mr. Faulkner, I can appreciate your argument. Where I did rule to dismiss, I will revisit that ruling, and I will turn that ruling around, and I will not dismiss the case. But I will say this: we're talking about what, a few months. We're talking about one charge of driving while license not valid or something. And what I don't know where Mrs. Layfield has been all this time. I can either do one of two things, Mr. Faulkner. I can set a trial date for your client, or your client can avail herself to that offer. And as I said up before on the record, that that will be a $240 fine, failure to display a valid driver's license, and that would I would waive the warrant fee. Mrs. Layfield will have pay the reinstatement fee, and based on the administrative order, it does say, ma'am, 7 years. It's 6 years and some months. So had you come in after December 5th to take care of this, then I wouldn't have any reservations in dismissing the matter. But I'm going to have to grant. I'm going to have to deny Mr. Faulkner's motion for that. So I can now put you in a breakout room if you want to talk to Mr. Faulkner, or if you want to say something right now to your client, if you need to, however you want to do it, I can accommodate that.
Stop.
How do you want to proceed, Mr.? Go ahead, Judge.
Let your attorney, if you can ask her if you want a breakout room, Mr. Faulkner. I understand what you said, Mr. Faulkner, about, having these cases, and been doing this a long time, and you're seeing that, more than likely this won't proceed. I mean, I can give your client a trial date, and then she can work it out then. It's gonna get worked out one way or another on that date. It's one count of driving while license suspended.
Okay. Do you want to proceed today and take the offer, ma'am, or do you want to get a trial date?
I'll take the offer.
Okay, we'll proceed, Your Honor.
All right. let's, ma'am, you understand that you have can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you put your hand down, ma'am. Ma'am, you understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, ma'am, that you're gonna give that trial right up?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what I put in the record?
No.
Okay, ma'am, let me draw your attention way back to December 5th, 2014 at around 4:23 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Dickerson and Canfield, ma'am. Did you have an occasion on that day to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer?
Yeah.
And on that date, were you asked for produce a valid driver's license, ma'am?
Yes.
And you couldn't do so, could you?
No.
And why is that, ma'am?
At that time, I didn't have license.
Okay, very well. Ma'am, I'm going to accept your plea to the amended count of failure to display. I'm going to fine you $240, ma'am. Ma'am, I'll give you as much time as you need to pay that. When can you pay that?
Probably at the end of next month.
End of next month?
Yeah.
So let's just say October 4th,
That's fine.
2021. I'm going to waive any warrant fees, and I'm going to have you responsible for paying the reinstatement fee in the matter. So
$100 bond has been posted, Your Honor.
okay, very well. If you would like, ma'am, I can have my clerk to apply that bond. I can give you a telephone number, ma'am, and you can call so that once she puts that in the system, I think you need to take the extra step and call him, or you can pay the whole entire $240, and then the bond will be returned to you, minus the $45. The bond will be returned to you. Or you can come down to the court yourself and ask that bond to be applied. How would you like to do that, ma'am?
I'd rather come down and post the bond.
You'd rather come down to the court and ask that bond to be immediately applied?
Yeah, and I'll just pay them when I come there.
Very well, ma'am.
Okay.
That would really be the most efficient way to do it.
Okay.
Okay, if there's nothing further, ma'am, you have a great day, okay?
And you also.
All right. All right, this is, I think, Mrs. Wolf, that I don't think you're gonna be needed at all for this.
Okay.
And this is the reason why I say that, I'll give you an opportunity to decide for yourself, is that Mr. Griffin has the two state matters that Mr. Griffin has are civil infraction, failure to stop, and a failure to yield. But he has 4 matters that are city misdemeanors related to a dog not being vaccinated and nuisance and what have you. So I don't know what's going to happen with those, but you're more than welcome to stay, and you're more than welcome to put what the state's offer on the table while I give the city an opportunity to review Mr. Griffin's file. So either way you want to do it, ma'am. Ms. Wolf?
Yes. I'm not sure, but if he has several city matters, I believe we could just dismiss this the state because they're civil infractions if he pleads to some of the city matters.
All right. I don't know what's going to happen in those cases. Usually they have allow them opportunity to get the dog vaccinated if they haven't already and things like that.
Okay.
But there's a dog nuisance ticket as well that's going along with that. So I don't know what Mr. Griffin is gonna wanna do. I don't know what Mr. Goss is gonna wanna do, but you're more than welcome to stay and see what
All right.
happens.
I do have to pop into another courtroom, so I probably will not stay right this second. I just got another call.
Very well. If there's nothing further, we'll take note that you'll dismiss if they plead to some city matter.
All right. Have a good day, Judge. Thank you.
APA Wolf, if I have any
Yes.
questions, I'll just call you if I have any questions.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Failure to stop and a failure to yield, stay, okay? All
Okay.
right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Did he, with Mr. Griffin, do he have a dog license?
We haven't called this case yet. I'll wait. Mr. Griffin, do you have a license for that dog?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he does have a license for it.
Honor.
All right,
So
let's,
I would do 12-month delays on the nuisance, just so it doesn't have, so we monitor to make sure it doesn't happen again.
all right, let's call the case. This is the city of Detroit versus Gary Dwight Griffin. Case number B1225041. Case number B122500521. Case number B122500621. Case number B122500721. And case number N78601821 and SX3894841. Appearance for the record, please.
Paul Faulkner, representing the defendant. Your name, sir?
My name is Gary Griffin.
All right. So we discussed off the record, Mr. Griffin has 4 misdemeanor dog cases of failure to vaccinate, no dog license, and dog at large and nuisance. And then 2 civil infraction state matters, failure to yield right away and failure to stop. We had APA Wolf on the line, who's gone now to another court. We've excused her. And if I'm correct, if I'm wrong, Counselor, Mrs. Wolf said that is, if there's something that the city is gonna, if it's something that Mr. Griffin is gonna plead to as it relates to the city matters, then the state matters, she'll dismiss those.
That was my understanding, Your Honor.
Okay. With that being said, we have the city attorney now reviewing the file.
Your Honor, I only have 3 speed tickets.
3 V tickets, I have 720, 620, 520, and 420. Which one do you need? The 6 and the 722, I'm sorry, 721, 621, 521, 421. The 721 and the 621 go with the failure to vaccinate dog and no dog license, which Mr. Griffin, can you provide us with that dog license that you have?
Yes, sir. I already sent it in to you, but I can send it in again.
No, if you sent it in already, then hopefully you sent it to me, sir.
Yes, sir. Your email,
And when was this?
July the 1st.
All right.
Your Honor, I don't have the dog license.
And which number is that? Or which ones do you have?
I have the dog at large, nuisance, and failure to vaccinate.
All right, let's see, if I have that, Mr. Griffin, then you said July the 1st.
No, I apologize.
Oh, he does have it.
I'm sorry.
And for some reason, sir, I don't seem to have that. Let me put my email in the chat so that you have the correct, it's SEAN period, PERKINS at 36 District Court.org. I put the email in the chat, sir, so there's no confusion. If you can cut and paste that, then you can make sure that we get it right where it's supposed to be. But I'm looking at the July 1st emails, and I don't see that you have gotten that. But and while you're doing that, I'll put the offer in the record. The city wants you to plead to 2 counts, misdemeanor counts of nuisance and dog at large under a 12-month delayed sentence. Each one of those counts are going to be $240, so that'll be $480 a day. And the rest of the tickets, including the state matters, will be dismissed. I can put you in a breakout room with Mr. Faulkner to discuss those matters, or
What was the nuisance?
I don't know. You can talk to him in the breakout room, Mr. Faulkner. I imagine maybe the dog had.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know what the facts and circumstances are around the tickets, but that's just the offer that I have here.
Well, if there's a nuisance, I'd just like to know what it is. That's all. Just a general word doesn't mean anything.
Well, another thing, another thing I will note is that I don't have the original copies of any of the tickets. I'm just operating off of ROAs today, so I don't see. And we don't have this file up here or the original tickets up here to determine what the allegations are. So that puts you at a disadvantage. I guess you can go into a breakout room and see if Mr. Griffin knows anything, has any facts that he wants to discuss with you. But other than that, I don't have anything but ROAs.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Well, I talked to Mr. Griffin. I just not sure what to do. If he wants to do something, I mean, let me get his opinion on how we.
All right, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, Mr. Griffin, with Mr. Faulkner. You guys can discuss the matter, and then you come back out and let us know what you want to do. You know the offer, and it'll be here, and I can always set a trial date. So join that room, Mr. Griffin, please.
I'm trying to send you this paper.
Okay, send that as well. Who's on the OnePlus N200 TMO?
Mr. Groggins.
Mr. Groggins from yesterday?
Yes, I've been having a problem being able to get in. I was seeing you, but I couldn't speak, so I finally got it where I can talk.
Yeah, what did you wanted to take that class, didn't you?
Yeah, I took it yesterday.
Did you send me the certificate?
No, I didn't do that. I didn't know to do that.
All right, please send me that certificate. I'm gonna put my email address in the chat, and you can copy and paste that email and send that certificate, and then we can pull your file, Mr. Gardner.
Okay, now, how do I get that certificate? I got to go back on there?
Yeah, I'm sure it's gone to your email or something, hasn't it?
Okay.
I'm sure you have to put your email in there or something.
Right.
All right. Let's call. Mr. Lawrence,
Yes.
let's call your case. This is the city of Detroit versus Andre Xavier Lawrence, case number 21415580, counts 1 and counts 2, and 21415511. Appearance for the record, so please, I think Mr. Faulkner's still in that breakout room. Let's say Mr. Lawrence. I don't understand this, Mr. Ross. On Mr. Lawrence's case. We only have one offering here, dismiss.
But different, those charges.
It's violation of city marijuana code is 1. Then we have a no insurance misdemeanor. And then we have a civil infraction of improper display, dirty or obscure plate.
And was that in the file? The only probably just wrote what was in the file.
Yes.
All the other ones in the file?
Except for I guess because these two matters are state matters, I'm thinking. So you only put the city matter in the offer here. All right, so we're gonna need Mrs. Wolf again. And we're gonna need Mr. Faulkner to see what he can do about this violation of city marijuana code thing.
What's
The date is December 30th, January 30th, 2021.
is the ticket in there?
Yes. I don't know.
So if that's the case, that's why they didn't do that. Oh, yeah, that's a state matter, that's why.
Okay, very well. We're back on the record with Mr. Gary Griffin. I had given you guys an opportunity to talk, Mr. Griffin, with Mr. Faulkner, your attorney for today. Mr. Faulkner, how are we going to proceed?
Oh, well, he'll take the guilty plea. Still, if he pleads guilty to a nuisance, we gotta have some kind of a foundation or something. And we don't even know the charge, really. Or maybe we
I
can
can
do
agree
it
with
with other
that.
charge.
I can agree with that.
Was the nuisance and the dog and large on the same day?
The nuisance. What's nuisance? Dog at large on the same day.
Do we know what happened to his dog that day?
Well, the thing is that, and I just,
But you were gonna call and get the
Yeah, we need the original tickets because,
Let me see if I can get them downstairs from first floor, Your Honor.
I just don't like operating like that. You know, they write these stuff. I mean, it's not his burden to know what is, happening and what's going on. It's the city's burden to give the council and the defendant,
An opportunity.
to know what he's been alleged to have done.
I agree with that, Your Honor, but that's a court matter.
I'm not saying any, I'm just saying, I just don't,
If the court didn't send the file up with the ticket, Your Honor.
yeah, I'm not pointing any blame on anybody. I'm just saying,
I kind of felt that way, Your Honor.
No. I don't want you to feel that way. I just don't like that.
Your Honor, can I say something?
I don't think you need to say anything yet, sir, but if you want to, you can go ahead.
Well, I received this dog as a puppy because I had, was.
Mr. Faulkner, are you gonna talk to your client?
No, I mean, we talk.
Man. Don't say anything, sir. Just give it a minute. All right, we're gonna pass the matter. Mr. Griffin, what we're gonna do, and I just don't want you to speak, because I don't want you to incriminate yourself. Everybody wants to speak all the time and they just, I don't want you to incriminate yourself. That's why you have an attorney. If you want to speak to the attorney, and I can put you back in the breakout room with the attorney, and you can say whatever you want to him. But right now, it's we're just trying to get with the court together on having the stuff like they're supposed to have. Okay, let's pass that matter. Let's go to let's recall the case of Andre Lawrence. We have APA Wolf on the line, and Ms. Wolf, Mr. Lawrence is charged with 2 state matters and a city civil infraction. And one of the state matters, I do have the original ticket here, although there's nothing in the notes about the allegation itself. But the city matter is obscure dirty plate. That matter will be dismissed, I'm sure, pending something with the state. But the first matter is violation of Marijuana Act. And then the other matter is a no insurance misdemeanor.
Okay, is this the violation that says like possession of 2 times the limit, Judge?
All I have in is that there's a vehicle, a VIN number. So the only thing I have is well, here we are again. And I'm looking at the ROA, and I'm looking at the original ticket. The ROA has the offense code of a 333.27965. And the original ticket has the offense code of 333.27965. And the ROA has the city code on there. So there's something wrong in the translation, but I am in the possession of the copy of the original ticket with that offense code. And then there's a insurance misdemeanor.
333.27965, Judge?
Yes.
Okay. For these ones, what we have been doing is a 3-month delayed sentence.
All right. Is there any objection to me dismissing upon payment?
Not from the people, Judge.
All right, and then what about the no insurance misdemeanor? Would that be?
That can be dismissed as well, Judge.
Okay, very well. All right, so Mr. Faulkner, you heard the offer. Mr. Lawrence is here. You heard the offer.
What
That would be-
exactly does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna explain it to you, sir. That would mean you plead to the charge straight up, as charged. We'll take it under a 3-month delayed sentence. That means if you don't get in any trouble within the 3 months as it relates to marijuana, then the case will be dismissed. But I will take it one step further. I'll fine you $240 for this infraction, and it'll be dismissed immediately upon payment. And with stipulation of probable cause, the other 2 matters will be dismissed as well. So essentially, if you want to take this deal, the sooner you pay the $240, all this stuff will go away.
Okay, my only question is, for the 240 and for the city infraction of the license plate, the vehicle was not my vehicle. And it was also, I believe, picked up by the owner immediately.
Listen, sir, all of that stuff is basically a defense. And all of that stuff would need to be talked to with your defense counsel, Mr. Faulkner. All I'm in the position to do right now is relay the offer to you and either allow you to accept the offer or allow you to set a trial date in the matter. And at that point, that's when you put your defenses on the record, or you do nothing at all, and the state has to put their case on the record and prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But if you want to discuss the matter with Mr. Faulkner, and you have, and he can talk to you and see if there's some sort of viable defense to these infractions, then I can do that. I can put you in a breakout room.
Okay. I just want to ask him a question.
Right. I'll put you in a breakout room with the attorney, and then you can discuss that matter.
Thank you.
All right.
Excuse me, Your Honor. APA Wolf, if you need to go, I can handle it for you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, back. We're coming back, Ms. Wolf.
Of course.
All right.
There's no sense of her sitting here, right? Because I'm here.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I just sent them documents to you again.
All right. Let's see if they, I haven't received them yet. So let's see. As soon as I receive those documents, okay, I got them. That's the vaccination certificate and the dog license certificate. Okay, that takes care of the 2 matters as it relates, but and let's put this back on the record. This is City of Detroit versus Gary Griffin. Mr. Griffin has sent his receipt of vaccination and his dog license that he obtained, and this was the date of the receipt is February 27, 2021. In a normal situation, sir, the city would dismiss the 2 matters. But in this situation, you have 2 other matters, the dog at large and the dog at large and the nuisance ticket that he's dismissing these 2 matters, and he's asking you to plead to the other 2 matters. So I don't know if you have a defense to the dog being at large and the dog being a nuisance. I don't even know what the allegations are other than what is on the ROA. That's why what we've done is we're trying to get the copies of the original ticket for you. That way, you and your defense lawyer at least know what the police are alleging. You know, I mean, dog at large, that's probably an easy one. The dog was loose. But dog nuisance, you know, are they saying that the dog was, just because the dog was at large, the dog was a nuisance? Are they saying that the dog bit somebody? Are they saying that the dog barked at somebody? We don't know. So we're trying to get the copies of the original tickets because I feel that you should know exactly what the people are saying that your dog did and that you're responsible.
Yes, sir, I know.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Mr. Griffin just doesn't.
Right. However, Your Honor, he did receive the actual ticket only because it's not in the court file. He did receive the ticket with the actual knowledge of what was going on.
I'm not talking about what he received. We talked about this yesterday. It's not about what he received. It's about what they have. And we don't know if he actually received the ticket. We don't know that. We don't know if that ticket was left in the mail. We don't know if Mr. Griffin was at home at the time. We don't know if it was somebody else said that was Mr. Griffin's dog. We just don't know it.
Since he's here, Your Honor, we can assume that he did get notice of those violations, Your Honor.
It does, well, that's what we're assuming though.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, it's not even about whether Mr. Griffin got notice of the violation. It's about whether the officer has or the court has done what they're supposed to do in regards to the ticket. Now, if that's going to be the people's argument, then fine, we'll have that discussion when that time is appropriate. But right now, I'm not going to rely on Mr. Griffin has the right to remain silent. Mr. Griffin has the right to remain silent, and that silence can't be used against him. So if Mr. Griffin got the notice, he might sit there and have it in his hand right in front of us. Or if he comes into court, it might be in his pocket. He has no obligation to produce that. Am I correct, Counselor?
That is correct, Your Honor.
So the city has all of the burden to produce all of the information and the facts that go along with this case to prove Mr. Griffin beyond a reasonable doubt.
That's correct, Your Honor. However, since the city, meaning the agent, turned in the tickets to the court,
okay,
it kind of takes out the city out of that equation because the inspector gave the tickets because it's in the system. So it's somewhere in this courthouse that is out of the city's hands at this point. So it's the court's issue, not the city's issue. So it's kind of, we have a burden, but the burden is kind of taken away from us because we're not the keeper of the records.
No, the burden isn't taken away from you because the city can come in and bring their witness in, and the city can put their witness on the stand, and the city can state the facts.
I'm talking about as of right now.
Yeah.
At this type of hearing, I'm writing this hearing, you write in if we had to go to a trial.
Yeah, well, at this hearing, it doesn't matter whether anything is happened. All I've relayed to Mr. Griffin is that the offer that the city has apprised him of, and all I've relayed to Mr. Griffin, we haven't done anything. All I'm trying to do is provide, is make sure the defense counsel has the necessary information that he needs to do to assist his client. That's all I'm doing at this standpoint.
Yes, Your Honor, I agree with that.
And I'm not going to ask Mr. Griffin to do anything.
However, Your Honor, if he is admitting responsibility to this matter and pleading to the charges, is no longer, he's waiving that issue, Your Honor, and he's saying, this is what I did, and this is what happened.
All right, your response, Counselor?
Not guilty.
All right. And you know, on that circumstance, I'll agree with you if that's what you want to do, Mr. Faulkner. If your client wants to take this deal and he wants to set a factual basis, then I will allow him, if he knows what he's done to to admit to that and take a factual basis based on that. What I would like to do before I do that is I would like to have, I don't know if you, in the breakout room, that he's discussed those matters with you and that he's prepared to make a factual basis based on that. If he hasn't, then I will allow you gentlemen to talk again. But if he has so and he wants to get this matter behind him with this offer, then we can do it that way.
He wants to plea, Your Honor, but
I would like to know.
how would it be, you know, how would you get a basis for the plea when we don't know what the basis is? He's not a lawyer. He didn't know what a nuisance is as far as legal.
But he does know the circumstances of why he got the violation, and that might suffice to get the basis on the record.
Well, let's say this. Let's ask this. If he knows, because we don't know conclusively that he knows that we have that. If he knows, then I will allow him to make the factual basis if he knows. If he does not know, or if he does not know, or if he wants to remain silent about it, then we can't develop a factual basis, and we'll wait on the ticket to be brought up if it's one that exists. If it's still within the court's file or whatever the case may be.
Okay,
Do you want
go back into a chat room, Your Honor?
I was going to suggest that.
Thank you.
Mr. Griffin, please join that room again and speak with a counsel.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, could you tell me I cannot get back into it?
What I'm gonna do is, you should have it right there, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move you to room 1 and I'm gonna move you back to room 2. So wait till it says rooms. Oh, he's in there. All right. So, Mr. Lawrence, have you had the opportunity to speak with defense counsel?
Yes.
Okay, what would you like to do, sir? Is there, or do you want me to wait on the lawyer to come back in?
I'm gonna just submit payment. What did you say the payment was?
All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Andre Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence, the offer today is to plead to the charge of violation of BMMA 333.27965. Plead to that straight up, and the fine will be $240 and 3-month delayed sentence. I'll dismiss the matter immediately upon payment, and with the stipulation of probable cause, the other 2 matters will be dismissed.
So I won't have to pay the 105 for the.
No, you'll just have to pay. You'll just have to pay the $240 for the marijuana ticket.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
All right, Mr. Lawrence, can you turn your device on, please?
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Lawrence, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. You can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Lawrence, do you understand you can put your hand down, Mr. Lawrence. You understand you have a right to a trial in this matter? Mr. Lawrence?
Do not, yes.
And Mr.
Yes,
Parker,
can you hear me?
you're breaking up a little bit. Turn your video off now, sir. Maybe it will give you a better connection. Mr. Parker, we're back on the record with Mr. Andre Xavier Lawrence. He tells me that he's wanting to take the offer that was surprised to him, and we're putting a factual basis on the record now.
Paul Faulkner representing the defendant. That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Lawrence, do you understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes, sir.
You understand by taking this offer, you're going to give that trial right up?
Yes.
And have anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
Okay, Mr. Lawrence, let me draw your attention to January 30th, 2021 at around 6 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of North Lawn and Puritan. Mr. Lawrence, did you have an occasion to encounter Detroit police on that day?
Yes.
And on that day, what were you doing? What were you doing, sir?
Picking up food and heading back home.
That's not why you got this violation of a marijuana act ticket, not just picking up food and coming back home. We're talking about as it relates to the marijuana, sir.
Yes, I was driving another person's vehicle and was unaware of the contents inside of the vehicle. That's how I found out that they were there. I was just picking up food and heading home.
Withdraw the plea, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to have to withdraw your plea, sir, and I'm going to have to set a trial date in the matter, sir. We cannot make a factual basis. You have to have knowledge of that. You have to have knowledge of that in order for you to for them to charge you with it, sir.
That's what I was trying to ask in the beginning.
Make sure that all of your rights are that we're operating within your rights in here, and that's what we're going to do. So based on that, I'm going to set a trial date in this matter in the for the date of October 4th, 2021.
October 4th?
Yes, 2021 trial. So with that being said, sir, that's going to be at 9 a.m. At that date, you don't have to prove anything, sir. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But I would suggest that if you had something in the way of insurance on the vehicle or that person's insurance on the vehicle, it's something that relates to the plate, sir, then those two matters, all three of those matters will be heard on that date. You may be wanting to bring that information in to assist your defense counsel on that date so that they can have some adequate information to defend you. However, the burden is completely on the state to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So you don't have to say anything, sir.
So I'm just confused at how I can't just make the payment and then everything be dismissed, but now we got to go to trial over all three.
And what happens is that you have the state has availed you to an offer. That offer is to plead to the marijuana. Their concern is the marijuana. Their concern is not the insurance and it's not the dirty and obscure plate. Their concern is the marijuana. So they want you to plead to the marijuana under the 3-month delay and fine you that money. And then I said that I'll dismiss it immediately upon payment. So to make that plea, you have to make an accurate, factual basis. So they have to that factual.
So if
basis,
I just admit, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, Your Honor. My apologies.
So you have to make an actual factual basis. So if you admitted that that was your marijuana at the time, then we could have made that actual accurate factual basis. However, you stated that you had no knowledge of the marijuana in that vehicle at that time. And one of the elements to that charge is knowledge. So based on the fact that all the elements can't be made, then you have a plausible defense to that has merit, and therefore I have to give you a trial in the matter.
So in the instance of a trial, I could possibly avoid not paying nothing at all and getting it dropped. Or it could be worse.
Well, I don't know how much worse it's gonna be. You can talk to your lawyer about that.
I mean, I can't get no jail time or anything for it, can I?
Jail time is a misdemeanor, so you could get jail time, but I'm not inclined to send you to jail on anything like this, sir.
Okay. So just come back on October 4th for the trial and then state what I stated to you.
No, you just come back on the trial and you speak to the lawyer on that day, and that lawyer will help you and assist you to see and assist you in helping you defend yourself.
Okay. And do I need to get my own lawyer, or will Mr. Faulkner be my lawyer?
Well, I would hope that Mr. Faulkner's going to be here, but I can't guarantee that. But
I'd like to be there.
Okay. I do a good job for you, but we've had some very good lawyers that come through this courtroom, and I'm sort of insistent on certain lawyers, and of course, Mr. Faulkner's on the top of that list. And so far, they've been accommodating me with people that I think that are very, very good. So I'm sure that you're going to have, if not Mr. Faulkner, you're going to have some very good counsel on that day.
Okay, thank you. You said October 4th at 9 a.m.?
October 4th at 9 a.m. We're going to continue the not guilty plea. We're going to also put a $0 personal bond on all matters.
Thank you so much.
Write that down, Lawrence, because you might not get a written notice. So
$0 down personal bond
for the October 4th.
Take it October 4th date at 9 a.m. down. That's going to be by Zoom, just like you zoomed in this morning.
Okay.
Very well.
Oh, you're talking about I might not get the little postcard.
Yeah, you might not get that card, but I'm still going to hold you responsible for being here.
Okay, I have it written down.
Very well, sir. If there's nothing further, have a very good day, sir.
You too. Thank you. Thank you both.
Okay, no problem.
All right. What? Mr. Lawrence couldn't establish a factual basis, so he set a trial date. Okay. All right. So there we are with Mr. Griffin. We're back on the record again with Mr. Gary Griffin.
I think my client wants to plead guilty to 2 charges with a delayed sentence.
Okay.
And if it's going to be the actual charge of nuisance, you just plead no contest.
Okay. All right. With that being said.
Okay, go
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I'm listening.
Your Honor, there's no objection from the city board of no harm.
All right. Very well. Let's Mr. Griffin, now is the time for you to be able to speak your piece. But before you do that, sir, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand, please. The other right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir?
I do. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Do you understand what is going on at this point now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's my understanding that you want to avail yourself to the recommendation of the city.
That means say something.
No, that means you want to take this offer today, right? The pleading to the 2 misdemeanors. under a 12-month delayed sentence. I'm gonna fine you $240 for each misdemeanor. That's gonna be a total of $480, sir.
Yes, sir. I just need time to pay it because I'm on SSD.
All right, very well, sir. I'll give you as much time as you need.
I need
Mr.
9 months.
Mr. Let me ask you this. You understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. By taking this offer, you're gonna give that trial right up.
Yes, sir.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what I stated in the record?
No, sir.
Okay, okay, sir, let me draw your attention. Let me draw your attention to February 22nd, 2021 at 12 p.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of 5801 Tracy Street. Sir, on that day, did you own a dog on that day, sir?
Yes, I did.
And on that day, did that dog get loose and was able to roam about the outside, the confines of that home and yard, sir, into the neighborhood?
Yes, sir.
And what did that dog do, sir?
I'm not sure.
But you know the dog got out?
Yes, sir.
You didn't, and you had the dog restrained, is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I had a restraint, but he broke it.
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea to the dog at large. I think there's an accurate factual basis. Would you agree, Counselor?
Yes, it was a large.
Okay, very well. I'm gonna accept the plea to that. I'm gonna fine you $240. I'm gonna take that under a 12-month delayed sentence. Sir, let me ask you this. As for the nuisance ticket, sir, we're stipulating to a ticket that we don't even have. This is ridiculous. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna dismiss that matter. That's what I'm gonna do. Sir,
Thank you, Your Honor.
that's what I'm gonna do. Sir, the other matter is gonna be dismissed. I'm gonna fine you $240, and I am going to, I'm gonna give you 12 months to pay this, sir.
That sounds good. Thank you.
All right.
So the other 2 tickets will be dismissed also?
With the stipulation of probable cause, Counselor, we're gonna
So
dismiss
stipulate.
all that matters.
So stipulate everything, Your Honor.
All right. If there's nothing further, sir, 12-month date.
Okay, I know.
I dismissed the nuisance ticket. You can put your objection in the record if you need to, Counselor.
What's the reason behind dismissing the nuisance?
How are we gonna make an accurate factual basis to a ticket that we don't have the face of? Even if he wants to plead a no contest to it.
Then Your Honor, then we set it for trial.
I'm dismissing it. You can put your objection on the record.
Your Honor, I strenuously object to this matter, especially because we can bring in the officer to make for this trial, Your Honor. It's just at the pre-trial matter at this point. So there's no reason to dismiss this case this early on.
All right. Objection noted. I'm going to dismiss the matter. And August 5th, sir, you're going to have to be able to pay of 2022, $240. I'm taking the matter under a 12-month delayed sentence.
Yes, sir. I will have it paid by then.
Okay. All right. And all the other matters are going to be dismissed.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
Yes, sir. You too.
Your Honor, my camera is not off on purpose. It said I disconnected somehow, so, but I
You
still
told
have,
me, Counselor, I didn't even see that.
okay. This has happened before. I'd have to go offline to get back on, so I hope this is okay.
That's fine. All right. Yeah.
What are you doing here, Speaky?
No.
Judge, is your speaker off?
I believe so, Mr. Faulkner.
We haven't heard a word you've been saying.
Okay, you're good now.
Yeah, we're still off. We're having a spirited debate here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't want to interrupt. I just thought, you come here. Your mom's up here. Don't you try and run downstairs to get away. No, you're not getting away from anything. You're not getting away from anything. No, you're getting away with Daddy. You're just got in here. You don't do you? Just be patient. Yes, your baby.
That helps. Cause, look at me.
Yes, it's okay.
I heard you.
Yeah, I talk so loud, I don't even know if I need it.
Yeah, sure. Mm.
me call my trial. You can call my case here. Mr. Faulkner.
Mr. Gibson, just be patient.
Okay.
The judge is having a conference right now.
Oh, okay. I don't hear nothing.
We're here. Just be patient.
Thank you. Okay. Let's, Mr. Groggins, I still haven't received that information from you yet.
Okay, listen, I have the order number right here.
I'm not gonna go by order number. I need to go by, what do you mean an order number?
Well, I found it.
Just ask him what's the email address.
What's your email address?
I sent it to him in the chat. You ready, ma'am? Are you ready, ma'am?
Yes.
Can you state your name for the record, ma'am?
I'm Tanya Thomas. I'm just trying to assist him with trying to upload the documents needed to complete
Very
this.
well. And we appreciate you doing that. I sent it again into the chat. So do you see that in the chat, ma'am, the email? I find the best way to do it. Hit the chat button down at the bottom icon and you'll see the discussion and the discussions that have been going on. You'll see that I put my email address in there.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
And I just do that because you know, if things get lost in translation, you can just copy and paste that and send that information.
Okay, thank you.
So while we're doing that, we can get back on the record with Mr. Groggins, because part of what we do in this courtroom is we send you to the Michigan Defensive Driving course for a reason. And really a few reasons. And one of those reasons is, the most important is that you are able to learn something about your driving. I think everybody can learn some information so that we feel it's a very good course. And based on your driving record, sir, I think the one issue was the 16 to 20 over at the time. And the other thing is that it's basically for a selfish reason, so that you yourself can stop the 4 points on your license and then get an opportunity to relitigate the case. So at the time we offered you to take the course, we mentioned that you were going to bring some spirited discussion to the court and the people that are watching on YouTube and wherever they're watching from. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to you, Mr. Groggins, and hopefully you can provide some substantive information on what you learned to everybody. So I'll let you go ahead, sir.
Don't tell what you learned about that class.
Okay, I learned that when you driving, it talked about driving close behind. You know, when you driving, you should be like 3 cars behind a person, because a person can make a quick stop, and you got to have enough. You need enough space to be able to slow your car down and stop in a proper manner. Anything can happen. And then it talked about, you should always set your mirrors on your car first before you pull off and start your journey. It talked about, I learned that, it talked about always pump your brakes, check your brake system to flow the fluid through your brake system properly to make sure your brake's working good before you start your journey. And it also talked about, I learned, it talked about when it first rained, it talked about how the streets are slippery, and the first rain is the slipperiest part of the, it's dangerous. Even if you got new tires, you can lose traction. So you should keep your distance during the rainy season while the street's wet. Always keep your distance from cars. And I talked about with the speed. I learned that, I normally don't speed. That day something was going on, but when you speed, you're speeding too fast. You're trying to go through yellow lights. Yellow lights is really made to stop, not go through. And you always should do the speed limit, because anything can happen. Someone can walk out in the street, and you got to give yourself enough time to talk. Give yourself enough time to brake and stuff like that. And yeah, not to harm nobody. And I also learned that, like, if you're driving, stuff like if your hood was to fly up on the car, what to do if your hood malfunction. You should hit your flashers. You should slow down quickly, and you should use the lanes, the line of your lane of the street to guide yourself, so you could remain in the same lane and slow down quickly and bring your car to a quick stop. That's like if your hood malfunction or something like that. And I learned that when it talked about, like, if you have a blowout, if you're driving down the street and you have a blowout and the flat is 2 different things. The flat, your tire gonna go down slow. You could grab your car, you could put your flashes on and get over. But if you have a blowout,
Your blowout is gonna, if it's in the right front tire or whatever side of the car, it's gonna pull. So you gotta grab your steering wheel with two hands, put your flashers on, and work your way to the side of the road fast as possible. Otherwise, it'll pull you to the right, it'll pull you to the left, and just, you know, and it's gonna kind of steer itself. A blowout and a flat is different. So you should also know what to do if that happens. And it talks about, what else? I learned that,
Let me ask you this, sir. And listen, you know, at this point, the certificate is not so important. I would like to have it in your file, but what you brought it is, I think, some very substantive information to the court, right? I think met your end of the bargain when we talked about this, you know, because what we try to do is we hear that you took the course, because some of the stuff you've said and we repeated what other people said, not you knowing that you repeated, but just in the class, you know, like the stopping and driving in the rain, things like that. But you've also brought some stuff that we haven't heard yet from since I've been listening. It's about blowout and the tires and stuff, you know. And what it seems like to me is that you have learned something new from this course. Would I agree? Would you agree with me in saying, making that assumption?
Yes, sir.
All right, but let's go back to things that you already knew. That when I look at your records, and this is one of the things that kind of upsets me, and I see a whole lot going on in the city, is that there's a propensity for you to failure to stop at stop signs or disregarding red signals. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times that you have been cited and basically admitted to doing it, because I don't know if it's admitted, because I haven't looked exactly in the record, but because they're closed out. But and then you said you don't normally speed, and albeit I see that you have 2 other speeding matters regarding this, and I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that they're limited access, only 1 to 5 over, so that's not really that bad. But these are things that you already knew not to do. You see what I'm saying? And I hope that this class gave you some insight on some of those things that you have a propensity to do that you will stop doing in the future, and gave you that insight on the other things that you really may have forgotten about or didn't know at all, and it helped you in that regard just to become a better driver. Can you understand where I'm going with that, sir?
Yes, I do. I understand exactly where you're going with that.
All right. So what I'm going to say, Mr. Groggins, that we definitely appreciate you coming in here and taking the matter seriously. Is that your wife with you?
Yes, yes, sir.
And ma'am, I'm going to thank you for, because I'm sure you helped Mr. Perkins get this stuff going, because he don't seem too tech savvy. So I know you were there with him that whole time to get this stuff done. But I appreciate you doing that and taking it seriously. And I hope that this makes you more aware of when you're driving. I hope this makes you a better driver. And I hope this makes you cognizant of the importance of the rules of the road, because it's the road is for everybody, sir, and not just for drivers. You got pedestrians out there and things like this. And what bothers me is I see people at 7 now and 75. They'll just run through the red light, and it's not even close. I can even see that, you know, you ran through a yellow or something. No, you just go through it when it's just completely red, just because your time is more important, or what you have to do is more important than somebody else's. And what it is really a recipe for disaster. And we want to prevent that disaster happening. And we want to help you prevent that disaster happening, because running a red light, you'll get over that if nothing happens. You can get the fine, you can pay the fine, and it'll go away eventually. But running that red light and hitting a child is something that's gonna live with you for the rest of your life. All right? Okay,
Right.
so basically, yes, sir, you've met your end of the bargain, and we're going to meet our end of the bargain. We're gonna withdraw the, set aside the default in the 16 to 20 miles per hour over. We're gonna also set aside the default, the no insurance, proof of insurance. I believe that will be. Well, we're gonna leave that no insurance, let me ask.
Is that a misdemeanor or civil?
It's a civil infraction.
No, Your Honor. Because.
Okay, we're gonna set aside the responsible plea to the no insurance, proof of insurance, civil infraction. And we are going to, so now what we have, Counselor, is we have 3 matters on the table today. That is the failure to display a valid operator's license. That is a no insurance, no proof of insurance civil infraction, and a 16 to 20 miles per hour over. I do not have in the file today an offer with those 3 new charges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over to the city attorney.
You only have 3 total?
3 total.
Okay. The FPD blockade. All right, you dismissed because that civil one is actually a 2-point.
Let me ask you, Mr. Perkins, do you have a driver's license now?
Yes.
Okay.
Is the driver's license valid, sir?
I think, no, they were suspended from today, but they're valid, you know.
Let's run his driver's license.
Your Honor, correct. If he has a driver's license, and if
Because when I asked you that question about a driver's license, sir, you might have the actual license itself. I want to know if it's good or not.
Oh, no, it's not, because it is why I'm here.
if
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're suspended.
this matter, I would dismiss both of them. You just plead blockading. All right. If it's suspended for anything else, you have to take 2.
All right, did you hear that, Counselor and Mr. Groggins? The city attorney is making you an offer, and it's going to be dependent on what suspended your license. If your license was suspended just because of these matters that for some reason they weren't taken care of in a sufficient time, then he'll offer you a blockading traffic for the 16 to 20 over, and which is a very good deal, sir. And he will dismiss the misdemeanor, and I'll fine you $175. However, if the license is suspended before this for some other reason, then they'll offer FTD is going to stand,
Yes, sir.
and then blockading traffic for 16 to 20 over. Then you ready?
Yes.
All right. So let us get a minute and take a look at that. I truly hope that everybody else online or whoever's listening has listened to this and saw that we're completely trying to be fair here to everybody. And that's my mission, and I'm going to continue that. So your license is suspended now, sir, which you've already conceded to. And I do believe he's correct. I'll give you an opportunity to review that. I believe he's correct that this has been the cause of his license being suspended. If I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah. Is it 1981?
Pardon me?
Is any of those 1981 the lesson? digits of the file, case number.
1981, yes. This is SP 111-31981.
That's correct.
Okay, very well. You win today, sir. You got the offer today is to plead to the amended, plead responsible to the amended count of blockading traffic for the speeding ticket, sir. And the other matters will, or the other two matters will be discussed. So I'm sure that you will probably accept that. I'll give your counsel an opportunity to speak if he needs to.
Well, since it's no fault, sir, it doesn't go on your record.
Thank you.
All right.
This clears your record completely for these tickets.
Okay, is everything paid for or?
No, you're gonna owe $175. Well, let's say this. Wait a minute. Okay, let's say this. We set aside the default and dismiss the no insurance. We're gonna amend to blocking traffic. $175, and then we're going to dismiss the other one. So you paid a proof of insurance. You paid $195, and I'm not giving you any money back, sir. Well, put it this way. All in all, it seems like you're going to have to come out another $25 to get clearances here, because you paid $195, and I will put that $195 to the $175 blocking traffic. I'll waive the warrant fee, but you're going to be responsible to pay a reinstatement fee. That'll leave $20. You can go toward the $45 reinstatement fee, and you'll have another $25 to pay.
Okay, I can do it. Yes, sir.
All right, can you raise your right hands, Mr. Groggins? All right, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Groggins, you understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're going to give that trial right up?
Yes.
And has anybody offered you anything other than what we stated in the record?
No.
Okay, Mr. Groggins, let me draw your attention to, was it September 14th, 2020 at around 2:07 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Chicago Boulevard and Rosa Parks. Mr. Groggins, did you have an occasion to be pulled over by the Detroit police on that day?
Yes, sir.
And on that day, sir, did you get pulled over for speeding, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you got pulled over for speeding because you were actually speeding, is that correct?
Yes, I was going over the speed limit.
Very well. I'm going to find you responsible to the amended count of blocking traffic. I'm going to fine you $175 in that matter. With the stipulation of probable cause, we're going to dismiss the other matters.
So stipulate.
I'm going to waive the warrant fee, and I'm going to hold you responsible to pay the reinstatement fee, sir. You heard what I said about it. You heard how I feel about it, about the infractions that you do have. I expect that this is going to make you more cognizant of the other people on the road. I hope it does. And I expect to not see you in this capacity anymore. If I do, sir, then we won't even be having a discussion about how we can to help you on the points or taking a class again or anything like that. And it will just be no offers. You'll just be pleading straight up or going to trial So if there's a next time, hopefully there's not. But I definitely appreciate you taking the matter seriously, sir, and I appreciate your wife being there to assist you. No further questions, sir. You have a very good day.
I can, one question, sir. I go to 36.
Uh-huh.
I can go down to 36th district and take care of that, right?
You can take care of this at the 36th District Court, sir, or you can pay it at any DivDav kiosk in the city of Detroit, or you can pay it online at the 36thdistrictcourt.org. Just give my clerk 30 minutes to get everything situated in the system correctly, and you should see probably just a $25 fee beside your name.
Okay.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So let's,
Your Honor.
yes,
What was Mr. I know he was here yesterday, I believe. What's his first name?
I'm sorry. Mr. Gerald Robbins, that's Gerald, Lyman, Lymas Robbins, Groggins.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Well, he
Let's,
sure covered that. He sure covered that class, I tell you.
Yeah,
I felt
he
like
did.
I was in it myself now.
Yeah, he did. He did a very good job.
Yes, he did.
Mr. Gray, you're back, sir.
Yep.
Mr. Gray, how can we help you, sir?
I paid the ticket yesterday. I just wanted to zoom back in.
Let's see what we have, Mr. Gray. What is your middle name?
Emmanuel.
Okay. Let's see. What did we do? Dismiss by party. All right. Everything seems to be closed out, sir. Dismiss my party. Dismiss my party. Very well. Everything is closed, Mr. Gray. I appreciate you.
Very welcome. So I can go to the Secretary of State now and well, yeah, okay.
Well, I'd say this, you're going to be clear here in the 36th District Court. It's probably going to take about 72 hours for that to reach the Secretary of State, but you don't have anything else to do here. I don't know if you have anything else in any jurisdiction, but you're clear here, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
You as well.
Mr. Griffin, you're back. You're back too, sir.
Yeah, I was just watching court.
Okay, you just watching?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's call, I have a Mr. Raymond Gibson.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gibson, okay, I do see you up here. Let's, you're next. Let's see what Mr. Gibson has.
An OP.
Okay, so this is the city of Detroit versus Raymond Gibson. And let me ask you this, sir. What is your date of birth?
11/21/1962.
Okay. This. All right, this is the city of Detroit versus Raymond Andrew Gibson, case number 17396651. Appearance for the record, please.
Paul Faulkner, representing the defendant. Your name, sir?
Raymond Andrew Gibson.
I'm gonna make this simple for you, sir. Albeit it took you, what, almost 4 years to take care of the matter. I do realize that you expended funds just here this month on a disregard and red signal and no proof of insurance. Mr. Faulkner, these matters were had on my birthday on October 2nd, 2017. And so when
I move to dismiss, Your Honor.
yeah, it's my understanding that even on the disregard and red signal, that's a 2-point offense, that matter went into default on 11/15/17. The points were had, and those points have probably been long gone by then.
Yes.
So I'm going to dismiss this matter, sir, based on the fact that you had 2 other civil infractions that you paid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to waive the warrant fee, but I'm going to hold you responsible for paying the reinstatement fee. If there's nothing further, sir, you're going to owe 45.
Could I pay that with the bond money that I paid?
Yes, sir. So that, I see $215 bond. So that is going to, you can take care of that a couple of ways. We can ask my clerk to enter a request for that bond to be applied. You can call this number if you have a pen.
Yeah, I got a pen.
313-965.
965.
Yeah, 965-5228.
Okay.
And or you can pay the $45 online or at any DivDav kiosk, and eventually that bond will be returned to you. Or you can come down to the court in person and ask for that bond to be applied immediately. You just won't get any money back that day, sir. You'll just have to wait for the remainder of that bond money to come back in the mail, which is going to take some time, a month or 2.
Okay.
That choice is yours, sir, how you want to do it.
Okay, I'll probably come down to the courthouse and do it personally.
Okay, very well. Nothing further, sir. You have a very good day.
You too.
All right. Okay, Mr. Malik Odin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't have you on the docket today, I don't think. How can we help you, sir?
Well, you scheduled me to take the defensive driving also.
Very well.
And, I've had some computer problems. Like I'm at the computer right now and they locked me out. They said that they were upgrading their system or something, and I was not able to complete it after being on there for like 2-3 hours.
All right, well, hopefully they got that 2 or 3 hours reserved. I don't think that you're not due back until what day did Mr. Odin have to come back? Let me go see. Odin.
Says you have been locked out due to security question failure.
That's something that you gotta deal with, sir.
Yeah, I've been trying to find some help. I emailed them. I called the number.
You need to
I don't understand.
You need to have somebody that's a little bit more tech savvy than yourself then to help you out with that. I don't have you coming back until 8/02/2021, scheduled for pretrial. And
That's 2 days. That's earlier this week, Judge.
Yeah, you passed the date anyway. Bench warrant.
Yeah, I did let her know that I did have the dates mixed up, and I'm sorry about that, but I wasn't able to get the thing completed.
Hey, Mr. Faulkner, bench warrant, no bond, remand.
I hope. Ask for extension of time, Your Honor.
All right, let's call the case. This is the city of Detroit versus Belief Odin. Case number SP 107-60181, SP 107-61721, SP 115-81131. Mr. Odin, our discussion on the record, you were supposed to be here on 8/02/2021. I don't know why you were here. You're supposed to take the convention driving course. You haven't done that yet. You indicated off the record that you were having some trouble with your device and you were locked out. So basically, what I'm understanding is that you need more time.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you till September 7th, sir, to get it together.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please write down this court date, 8:30 a.m. If you have some trouble that we can help you with, sir, you can always call into the court and we can try to do the best we can. But those technical issues that you're having are just going to be what they are. You're going to have to find somebody to help you with that technical issue.
This sounds silly,
Your Honor,
Judge.
can I say something, sir?
Go ahead, Mr. Odin.
Oh, so I was doing good. I was taking the course. I had been in it for like 2 hours because it's kind of in-depth course. Takes a few hours. And I thought I was almost done. And then it said, it just clicked me off. So I'm at my computer right now and it's still doing the same thing, telling me that it did say that they upgraded their system, is what it said, and that they would. I just don't know what else to do. I've called them and I've emailed them. That's the only thing it says you can do on here is if you need help, you can go to this.
Are you at the MichiganDefensiveDriving.com, Detroit Defensive Driving section?
Oh, well, sir, the one that you told me, I did write it down, and when I went to it, it took me to this site, University Platform.
You had the wrong site, sir.
Well, I paid the $60 to him.
Well, take that course. You're gonna have to take that course. You're gonna have to figure out I don't have an IT guy to send over to your house to help you with the course. So I'm not gonna, if it's a driving course, I'm not gonna hold you up on what driving course you take now. We do want you to take the Michigan Defensive Driving course, but if you got some sort of driving course, we'll accept that. We're not gonna make you spend another $60. But as for the course itself and the technical issues you're having, you're gonna have to work them out, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm working on it right now. I'm gonna get it done.
You got another month, and you can call in like you did if you finish anytime sooner.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate you helping us. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
God bless you. Have a great day.
All right.
Was that the 2nd or the 7th, or am I off all the way?
That's the 7th. I'm sorry.
7. Thank you.
I hope you got it right. Hopefully you'll zoom in earlier.
Judge, one time I had a question. I was out of town. I called my son how to do it. He said, go out in the street and find the dumbest kid you can, and he'll do it for you.
Today, for sure. They got you.
The kids can do it. I tell you, they know everything.
Yeah, that's about why they know everything about computers. I'll say that.
I wouldn't be on Zoom if I didn't have my kids over here to set it all up for me. Believe me.
I did see Mr. Jeffrey Lewis online. he had an OWI, but.
Is it up to date?
He was at 1 o'clock to 1:30, I mean, so I just pulled it because he was here.
Oh, maybe he hung up when he saw that 1:30. So that's what we're gonna do.
A lot of times when they know that they have a scheduled time, they'll log in early to see if they're doing it right. I see that happen a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so he got in at least. We could have.
Done it myself.
It would have been a good time to take care of it. But it looks as though that is it.
Okay.
So what I'll do from this point on is I will I'll log off.
Just 1 second, Judge. I gotta give you a compliment. You are covering the people's rights better than anybody that I've discovered on the bench. I just want to let you know that you're doing a good job from my point of view.
I appreciate that. I you know, you listen, Mr. Faulkner. You taught me a lot in this court and how to practice law. So I would be remiss if I didn't let you know. I've already let you know that on plenty of occasions. And you know, when it comes to this position, hey, I might not be cut out for it. You know what I mean? You know, it may not be, but when I think fair is fair, that's the way I'm gonna go with that. And especially when it comes to people and their rights, and they don't know. And I'm not gonna allow their rights to be trampled upon because of their ignorance or their lack of ability to afford good counsel or lack of the ability of the city or state to provide them with good counsel when they need to. So that's why I appreciate having you in here, because you do a very good job of that as well. We got Mr. Groggins back. He wants that ticket so bad that 16 to 20 over. So that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Well, I appreciate it personally.
I think he wants that. Did we get his information in the computer?
The $20?
25. Did you hear what I said we're going to do with that? That
Yeah,
195.
I put 20, so I should have put 25?
You put 25.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter which ticket it went to, doesn't it? In the end, it probably should.
Yeah, I mean, I just.
You probably should dismiss the no insurance and put that ticket up the amended down.
No smoke. There's no smoking in court.
Yeah.
Oh, which one? What's it?
So go to Groggins.
Okay.
And we'll get it exactly right, because if it matters, it does matter. So let's see. Oh, go back up. What does that do? That's dismissed.
This one's dismissed.
And then that one's gonna get $25 fee on it.
Where's the? I just did something.
I think it should be a $20 fee, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's what
No, it's gonna be a $25 fee if I remember correctly. He paid $195 on the.
You're correct. Subtract 20 from it. You're right. 25.
Yes. Right here.
There's Mr. Faulkner trying to get.
Listen, $5 here, $5 there.
Yeah,
Pretty soon you're talking about serious money.
It makes a difference. So what we'll do is we'll set aside those responsible pleas and we're going to dismiss the insurance case and take that money off of there and apply that money to the blocking traffic case, $175. And then we will apply the $20 to the no ops.
Okay, so it is 25. Okay.
And then it's going to be 25 that he's going to owe.
Okay.
That. And then you can put down there that $20. You can put 25, you can put 45 on the no-ops. And then make a note that 20 of those dollars were paid.
Yeah, I made a notation in the system.
All right. Let's see if he wants. He's not getting any more. What I'll do is I'll shut us off YouTube and